In the K-12 setting, teachers are often told to use data to drive instruction, but data points are often far and few between, and a lot of times when you're looking at standardized test data, it's a little too late whenever you receive that data. So, in order for learning analytics to be used widely in the K-12 setting, data needs to be collected more often and really on a regular basis. Right now, there's not a standardized learner profile set up so that you can collect data on students. Uh, I think we're seeing new tools to help us measure that and collect the data more efficiently and then organize the data. So currently, I see it being something that is implemented 4 or 5 years down the road because I definitely see the push in that direction. Currently, I'm using learning analytics with several adaptive resources, which it's sort of that idea of learning analytics, but I still feel like it's only one data point because it's only pulling from that resource. Now, that resource does use an algorithm to predict what the students need next, whether they've mastered a topic, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily involved in the process. There's an algorithm that goes through with that program that determines the content that's going to be delivered to the student. And that's kind of where I see with K-12 education, the data collection is going to be a little bit slower, mainly because the tools just aren't there to support mass data collection. Now, as the students get older, you can build a more complete learner profile to the point where when they reach higher education, they should have almost a resume worth of information and data on how they learn best, which I could see this being very helpful in higher education because then you could start building courses for individual students, not necessarily whole sections just for one student, but imagine if whenever you entered college as a freshman, you could get exactly what you needed to be successful and graduate instead of entering college, receiving the same general classes as everyone else, and then eventually possibly even dropping out because it's just not your interest or you just can't make it past those introductory standard courses. So as far as learning analytics on my end, I see it kind of being a slower process in K-12, but transitioning into more use as you go into higher education. And my day-to-day, I know the adaptive resources are where I use learning analytics the most, but I still think that it's a little bit off as far as K-12 education and truly using learning analytics to drive instruction.